Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ghostmet Gaming with me, Christopher. We're back with Planescape Torment Enhanced Edition and my first playthrough of the game. The last time we went in here to the brothel of Slating Intellectual Lusts, I believe it's called, where people don't really meet up for physical meetings, but rather verbal meetings. And there are some interesting characters here for sure. And we have picked up on some of the intrigues. And Mrs. Kimashi, I think that's pronounced over here. She probably has stolen a bit of clothing meant for a woman up here, and this woman up here apparently stole scent from yet another woman. And I have a bit of an issue with which way to go, because here's the thing, I would like to get her out of here. I mean, we do get, is this a thing? Like when this guy comes in, they have sort of, you know, an interaction, if you would. Is this a situation where we can do something? I don't know, but it seems like she is hell-bent on being in her room. Some of the other ladies in here, they wander. She does not. Is there any way I can have her out of here? Now let's see here. What can I talk to her about? Well, I say I can. I've been told that she was sneaking, maybe connected to the missing veil. I can confront her with that, or I can be slightly off-handed with it. You know what? Let's actually confront her. She's a mean and a nasty thing. Tiefling, I guess she is. Is she a tiefling? I don't know. Whatever she is, she's weird. Let's confront her. I didn't actually know I had this option. Let's do that. Well, who told you that? And ooh, if I was there, Burke, I didn't take her filthy veil. Search my room if you like. I catch you sniffling in my britches, though. I'll see to it that you're never alone in here again. So why would I ever want to do that? Well, beats me. Someone nicked more than a few pair of them, though. My favorite leather brassiere too, with the iron studs. Huh. Well, okay, before I rifle through her stuff, let's talk to the armor, or whoever it is that is the armor. Have you by any chance stolen some studded things? Lewis. Apparently I can't ask him about that. Okay, never mind then. Probably nothing in here as well. I do have Finham's book. Research Journal of the linguist named Finham. Okay, pick that up. Don't know if I want that, but I have it now. Okay, well, if she's opened up to me rifling through her things, you know, don't mind if I do. We have handkerchief. I don't care about that. Will she allow me to actually go through this bit? We'll see. Nope, just a gold earring. Are you gonna be angry? No, you're not. Okay, well, no. Ooh, there is a... Ooh, is that supposed to be sneaky, maybe? I don't know, but there is another one here. Another bit of dresser here. And, yes, a silver ring. Okay, so she doesn't have it immediately in her room. We can safely say that much. So, okay, I've searched your room. What now, then? We can't really ask her about anything. Okay, so, where could her veil be, then? Well, whoever is in here is actually gone. I'm gone. So let's look through here. No, doesn't seem to be anything. Nope. Done. Nothing in there. Is whoever is in here out? Yes, they are. And just some copper out. I thought for a moment there that there was a enemy sighted pause, but no, it wasn't actually. It was me who paused. Okay, you know what, Marissa? Right. Right. Can't say anything about... This is all the things I've talked to her to before. Okay, so you know what? You apparently were seeking something away from Vivian's chamber. Could that be her scent, perhaps?
My journal.
Well, yes, I've been known to creep into Vivian's chamber for some of her perfumes, though I doubt you'll meet another here who hasn't. If you're implying that I got her personal scent, well, feel free to sniff around. You'll not find it on me or in my chambers, I assure you. Perhaps whoever took my crimson veil took Vivian's scent as well. Okay, might be a common thief here of some sorts. Okay, let's not steal anything. Yeah, I can't really... I can't say that I do see a scent. No, I'm not seeing scents. So those were those two. I don't think I've heard anything else about anything else. At least I don't think so. Okay, so this is also closed, or rather empty now.
Might as well.
Don't mind if I do. That's just money. Let's actually not go through these things unnecessarily. Right, okay. In that case, you know what? I did find a very poorly hidden secret entrance here. Let's check down here, see if there's anything in here. The brothel cellar. Okay. We have a brothel caretaker. Let's have a chat with you. Okay. Well, greetings, sir. Might I ask you came down here? Well, I mean, down those stairs. I'd best work on concealing it a bit better then. I'm the brothel's caretaker, by the way. You are not supposed to be down here, really, but it's all right if you look about for a bit. Well, I shouldn't even allow you down here, let alone be chatting with you. No questions for now. Well, at least tell me what this place is. Because it seems rather luxurious, if you wouldn't mind me saying. It's where the latest sensory stones are kept. Ooh, okay. Yeah, they are sensates, all of them, so they have sensory stones. They use them as diaries of sorts. You won't be able to use them if that's what you're thinking. Each of them is attuned to one particular student of the brothel, so that only she may access that stone.
My journal.
Aha. So presumably, somehow we might be able to figure something out from these stones. And I do like that they're all different colors as well. Very pretty. Okay, well, this brothel has a lot of stuff in it, doesn't it? While I might not understand it, let's check anyway. Okay, clear stone. That's Eve's stone. Okay, I'm probably not going to be able to do anything, am I? Probably not. So this is Kimashi Adder Tongue. Sure. Are they going to be sort of the same positioning as they are upstairs? Maybe. That's Dolora. Okay. I'm not going to find anything out here, am I? Kisaiseri. Over here. Is there anything? No, there seems to be nothing. We have Marissa Stone's location. Not exactly like above. I see. We have... Oh, here we go. Vivian's is here. Is there anything that I can gather? We have Echo. So I would need to know stuff about this. Is this something I can ask them about? Like, can we check this for clues with anyone? Oh, here we go. The writing has been scoured away.
Updated my journal.
I'm gone. Who's the scoured away one, Mr. Caretaker? Would you care to fill me in on that? Well, yeah, should have been done. Please tarry me around too long before heading back upstairs. If you don't mind, I wouldn't want either of us getting into trouble. And no, I apparently can't ask him for more. So what did my journal say about that? Return to Lord the keys to her. Okay, which was this one? Oh, right, that's that one. Okay. So I have... Oh, journal. Never mind. That should be... Ooh, is it top to bottom? I think it is. I found a hidden chamber beneath a brothel containing a number of glowing stones that in fact one of them was black. Someone had once been inscribed upon the base but has been scoured away. Okay, this is basically nothing new, I think. Yes, we do have the Civic Festhall to go to. Somehow it feels like that is going to be an entire episode of itself, so I might not go there just yet. Okay, well, can I get anything out from anyone? No, you do not want to give me more information. Can I ask Fall from Grace anything here?
How may I help you?
No, not that. Looking for help. I don't think anything of that is interesting to me right now. Can you ask anyone about their stones? Okay, I've already asked everyone about that. Okay, so if we go back to you, now that I found your stone, can we sort of use it to clear you or anything like that? Nope, she doesn't really want to speak to me again. I feel like I've hit a bump here. Where I'm trying to figure out if are there things that I could see, spot, or do anything with. Have you got anything new for me to talk about? I don't think so. Might have to be that actually this is going to be the Civic Festhall episode, because it might be that we need to unlock some stuff here before we open up more dialogue options. Delora, for example, we need her little thing done, and the spicing up of things might actually be a good thing. So, do we go there right now? I still have the Apothecary, Articury Galleria, Curiosity Shop, Finn the Linguist. Hey, I got your thing. Let's actually go and talk to him then. That seems reasonable, right? Before we go up to the Festhall, if I do that. Anyone else in here? There are apparently thugs. Clerk Ward Thug. Thug Boss.
Also known as Wanker City.
Yes, wankers and all of that. Hello, Mr. Finn the Linguist. Okay. Short scholarly man, tied nervous frown on his face. Greetings, I'm Finnum. I must beg your pardon, sir, but I care little for guests, invited or otherwise, so unless you business with me, I would ask you to leave. Well, I have some questions for you. If you have to know that I'm a scholar and linguist, sir, well, I shall happily entertain any questions regarding my field of study, language and the like. I can be of no help to you in other matters. Uh-huh. Okay, but I got your book. You apparently don't want your book. Okay. Well, there's also a... Do I want to press this? Urn atop a small cabinet full of ashes and charred bits of bone. Etched into the base of the urn is the words Finn Ain, the beloved husband, father, scholar, and 100 leagues. I could use my story's bones tell on the remains. Let's try that. I'm just rifling through his stuff right now, but he seems to be fine for now. The ashes seems to stir faintly as you move by your breath. A faraway voice whispers from within the urn. Why? Why have I been summoned to these ashes, cold and grey as the heart of a hag? Well, let me ask you some questions. Well, ask them so that I might return to my most quiet thoughts. Who are you? I was Finn, a linguist and a scholar. I was murdered by a student of mine. Could that be you? Murders I could not teach another the language that I taught him, the tongue of the Ujo. It was one of the rarest in the multiverse. I knew of none who spoke it, save myself and that one damnable murderous student. Okay. Apparently I'm satisfied with that, but, hey. Okay. Alright. Don't exactly know where I would go with that then, but sure. So he didn't want his journal thing, Finn's book. Oh well. Weird. But let's go up to the Civic Festhall. This seems fun. Ancient looking structure is somehow less foreboding than others of its size. Well, isn't that grand? Let's make our way inside and see exactly how many people we can talk to in here, and if we can find the people that we are actually supposed to find. And let's see how fun this can be. Splinter will greet us at the door. Hello, Splinter. This towering man's golden skin sparkles slightly, almost as if it were metallic. Whether it's his actual flesh or merely painted on, you cannot tell. He regards you coolly as you approach, giving a respectful bow as you draw near. Welcome to the Civic Festhall, traveler. We are Splinter, doorman to the Festhall and priest king of Ur. Ooh, Ur is in this game as well. Nice. How may we help you? Well, how can you help me? We do many things in this fine hall, traveler. We answer questions guests might have regarding it or its inhabitants. We direct both visitors and members of the Society of Sensation alike to the sensoriums or lecture halls. We also accept new members into the Society. Lastly, it is through us that we purchase from the Society's vaults are made, spells, items, and such. Aha, can you show me to the sensoriums? Well, there are two. The public sensorium, where visitors may use the sensory stones for anywhere between 10 and 50 commons, and the private sensorium, where only members of the Society of Sensation are allowed. You can reach neither of them yourself, we must take you there. Okay, we'll chill out with that. Before we do that, ask more here. Could we rest here, if that's okay? Or there are lodgings within the Festhall, but only members of the Society of Sensation are permitted to use them. Should you wish to visit them, walk eastwards through the Festhall. From here, you will eventually come to them. The clerk there allows Sensates into the rooms. So no other rooms then, apparently. Must be a member of the Society of Sensation. And I can try to bluff, but let's not go there right now. So tell me about the Festhall. Well, the Civic Festhall is one of the largest buildings in Sigil, fitting as it is home to the Society of Sensation, the city's largest faction. It hosts the sensoriums, lecture halls, training chambers, and such for visitors and members of society alike. So what's the... what's your take on the Society of Sensation? Well, the core of a Sensate's belief is that the multiverse can only be truly known through the senses. If one cannot sense it, then a thing isn't. Only through experiencing all the sensation to be had, can the full truth of the multiverse be revealed. The Society of Sensation, then, is where experiences gather and are shared with others, usually via the sensorium. So they are basically... I forgot that word. I was going to sound a bit smart here. Empirical. There you go. They are very empirical. If you cannot actually, use your senses in order to actually investigate something, it actually, well, they take it a little bit further. You can almost say that they are hard empiricists. That is to say, if it isn't possible to sense a thing, then it is actually not in existence at all. That is an interesting take on it, I guess. Let's actually skip the becoming a sensate. I don't think that I want to be that, but right. You know what? Have you heard of Puzzlewell? Well, we would recommend that you speak to a wizard by the name of Quell about Ravel. Quell is always somewhere in the Festhall, most often in a private sensorium. Okay, a bit of information there. You know what, let's leave you for now, because we have more people to talk to. Yolmi we have over here. So looking older woman, seeming to be looking for someone. You there, might I have a word with you? You're Yolmi. I spoke to your messenger. This is Yolmi, I see.
Updated my journal.
We did have a messenger talking about someone wanted to see me. I'm pleased to meet you then. She gives a slight bow. I will make you a somewhat unusual proposal. Though you must admit you are an unusual man. I will give you 1,000 copper commons for your permission to kill you. Are you open to discussion on the matter? I really don't want to go back to the mortuary. But why? But why not? I thought it might be an interesting experience, paying someone for the privilege of murdering them. When I first heard rumors of your existence, how could I resist? So what is your answer? Shall we discuss the matter in greater detail? Well, okay. Where did you exactly come by these rumors anyway? One hears all sorts of things in the Festhall. How could one not eventually hear of a man like you? Again, I ask, will you consider my proposal? Well, sure, let's talk details, I guess. After a short discussion, it comes down to the following terms. Yomi will pay you 2,000 copper commons. In return, you will allow her to drive a dagger into your heart. She will wait for you to awaken, at which point she will give you the coin. If I wake up at the mortuary, I'm gonna be a bit annoyed, but okay, whatever. Go right ahead, stab me in the heart. The affair is over in a moment. She's already cleaned her blade and put it away by the time you've recovered. After picking stuff up from the Festhall floor, Yomi hands you several rows of copper coins while you rub your aching chest. Well, somewhat disappointing, I must admit. Ah well, coin well spent nonetheless.
Updated my journal.
Uh-huh. Fascinating. Right. First door on the side here. Can we go in here? Are we allowed in here? Oh, this would be one of the lectures then. Do we just go up and talk to him? Is that considered rude? Maybe. Okay, so yeah, there is a lecture. Okay, fair enough. Let's ignore that for now. Keep going. So you're talking about some Tanaris, etc., etc. This would be the practice hall, I guess. A bunch of warrior in training, but also a Kentor. Barrior. Well, they are practicing and don't really want to talk to me. Fair enough. Right. Oh, is this a fairly decent sized map? Yes, it is. Alright, we have more training. Thieves in training over here. No named people though, so let's actually ignore that. Rusted iron plate. Okay, so would this be mages then? Yes, this would be mages. Okay, fair enough. Oh, yes, fizzling and stuff. More lectures on Death's Advocate. Okay. Right, we shall hold off on the lectures for now. We have a person here though. Murder Sense. Jumble Murder Sense. A short balding man's orange tunic with a rather sizable gut gives him a look of a walking pumpkin. Nice. He's absent-mindedly patting his large paunch with a slow rhythm as if it were a drum. Hello! The man gives an exaggerated, flourishing bow and presents a small card which reads Jumble Murder Sense, Sciotech Sorcerer Extraordinaire. Ooh, XXX. He then snatches the card from your grasp and proceeds to eat it. Ah, that's necessary. Well, somewhere in Asylum is one barmy short. Indeed, he yawns at me when I ask him something. A question, perhaps? Okay, he bites his thumb. Well, would you be a mute? He cocks his head and gives you a stupid grin, slowly shrugs and shuts his eyes and sticks his tongue out at you. Well, that's kind of rude. Well, let's have a bit of a bluff here. I might have to beat some answers out of you. Well, he raises one eyebrow, takes a step back. He opens his mouth abruptly, and through his lips or throat don't move to shape any words of sound. A torrent of incomprehensible babbling begins to pour forth. And what the hell? Jumble shuts his mouth, and the babbling ceases. He peers at you through narrowed eyes, a self-satisfied smile on his pudgy face. Suddenly you hiccup, and continue to hiccup, and he merely turns his head and waves you away. Well, looks like you just got a curse thrown down on you, Chief. Oh, what the hell? Do I have the hiccup curse? Okay. Well, Jumble, what the hell did you do? He ignores me completely. Well, okay. Oh no, am I just gonna be hiccuping all the time now? Oh, come on. Oh, this is gonna be annoying. Had I known that, I probably wouldn't have talked to him. Okay, so who should I talk to about this? Oh, bloody hell, games. Games sometimes do these things, yes. I'm almost wishing that I find the guy in Baldur's Gate 1, the guy who just pesters you. Kinda wish that I would have him instead. I mean, I'm gonna have to kill him eventually, if I don't find anyone else. What did the journal say about that, by the way? Yes. Hope someone else in the festival will have an idea to either remove an annoying curse or how to get John himself to undo it. Okay, so we might have to just continue talking to people then. Which is fine. We haven't done everything. We have Montague over here. Let's be a possible suitor for your wife, huh? Hello, Montague. Handsome young man seems lost in thought, his brow further a slight frown upon his lips. Hello. And to thee, sir, hail, what dost thou wish of me? Oh, you speak exactly like her, do you? Well, you know what, let's not delve into this immediately. I have questions. Who are you? Well, I'm Montague, Factotum of the Sensates. What does that mean? Verily, sir, a member if thou like. Okay, so if you are a Factotum, you are simply a member. So yeah, what about the Sensates? Verily, sir, the Society of Sensation, a faction of Sigil, sir, the largest. Shouldst thou wish to learn more about the Sensates, speak with Splinter, thou shalt find him just outside the entrance of this building. More questions. What is it that you're doing here? Well, I work as an assistant for one of the faction's administrators. Though more often now than the past, I found myself perplexed by one of life's strange ways. The problems of the feminine variety. You're a female. What problem exactly? I don't know what's bothering her. I've tried to cheer her up. I don't know what could be the matter. Okay, well, how are things? Other than this bout of discontent and humdrums, everything is splendid. All that orbits around us does so with tranquility. Our families are more than satisfied with our potential union, and our siblings love me. There is nothing wrong. Well, you know what? That might be the problem. How dost thou mean that no problem are problems? 'Tis by the side that thou speak plainly, sir. Perhaps she wants more spice. Let's be a bit diplomatic here, instead of just running up and sort of slapping him. Well, how wouldst thou know what she wishes? We love and we love unconditionally, with none of the sordid or poisonous wrappings that seem to unfold all in young love. I call thee, Yowser, and I call thee a recreant knave and a fool. Well, okay, fair enough. You know, calm yourself just a little bit. Well, actually, I could fight you if you really wanted to. I think this was a bad mistake by me. I think that was a really bad mistake. Can I just opt out? It is a bad mistake because he's killing me. Well, okay, I'm sort of killing him as well, I guess. Oh, I'm actually dying. Let's do this again. Well, I am back in here. Is he gonna be... Is he gonna be angry at me still? Yes, he very much is. He's slowly walking towards us. Okay, you know what? God damn it. Not exactly what I wanted to do, to be honest. But it's done. I guess she's gonna have a bit of a surprise when I get back to her. Right, a life-size granite statue of a gentleman standing with his arms at his sides, eyes closed. And it is of excellent craftsmanship, exquisitely detailed and incredibly lifelike, so much so, in fact, that you find yourself wondering if it's really a statue at all. Poke it. You touch the statue and find that while the clothes that adorn it are of grey cloth rather than rock, the skin is as cool and hard as granite. Is this a statue that someone has been clothing? Well, it has a name, so probably not. Well, maybe it's a little too anatomically correct, sir. That was a rhetorical question indeed. I knew that. Okay, let's punch the statue. As you make to strike the statue, its eyes flash open, it catches your fist in iron hard to grip. Why would you strike Quasi? Well, I mean, I only want to see if you're actually a statue. Well, you are forgiven. However, one feels you are lacking patience. Yes, perhaps. The statue remains as silent as ever. A question, perhaps. I'll just wait for a response. Well, there's still a response. You can sense that Quasi might be testing your patience. I'll just keep on waiting. I can keep doing this forever. A few minutes pass. Quasi still has failed to respond. I'll keep waiting. Well, the statue's eyes open up and gazes at you with cold grey eyes. He speaks ponderously with a voice like two boulders grinding together. Your patience is noted. Quasi would speak with you now. Well, powers, no, not another bird that talks like this. Shut up, Mort. I have some questions to you. Ask. What is it that you're meditating upon when I first found you? and Quasi meditates upon the way of stone. He has a philosophy, a method of combat. With it, Quasi seeks to achieve invulnerability, while also not being able to move. But sure, yes, now the way is not yet perfect. Quasi will make it so one day. Quasi knows this. So how far have you come, anyway? Well, no one has asked Quasi to share his knowledge of the way. Quasi shall do this now. Okay, I'll listen to the way of the stone. After hours of listening and many, many questions, you come to understand what little of Quasi's way of stone he can teach. Ooh, I get armor class decreased. Nice. In combat, you will use it to resist and reflect your enemy's blows. Oh, I thank you for that. Can you tell me anything about Puzzlewell? Nothing. And what about this place? Well, this is the Civic Festhall. Need you know more? Find another to ask. I think we're good.
All right.
I'm a little bit sad about killing that guy, by the way. We also have a Mert with the headless. You clearly have a head, though. It's clear there's not something very wrong with this man. The way he lurches about, bumping into things, staring off blankly into space. As you approach him, you at least realize his plight. He's headless. Ah, the thing on his shoulders has been a skillfully carved wooden prosthesis, a false head. How does that work? I guess we'll find out. Hello. The headless body stops, fumbling for a moment, and pauses. It has begun to reach out as if trying to feel exactly where you are. Yeah, sure, let him touch me. After a moment, its finger brushes your forearm. It clutches your arm and follows up the shoulder and then your head. As it feels your face and head, its hands brushes your neck as if it were checking for something. Finally, it grabs your hand and shakes it vigorously in greeting. You notice that its skin is cold and slightly clammy, so you're probably dead. So can you understand me? Well, it makes a series of hand motions and waits for a response. I am really sorry, but I don't do hand language, or sign language as it's called, not hand language. The headless body taps his foot for a moment, scratching at the chin of his prosthetic head. That's interesting. Why would you do that? Suddenly, it raises a finger as if struck by an idea. It points at you, then at the eyes of its wooden head, then at you again. It then indicates its wooden head with both hands, shrugs, and points at you. No, sorry. No head for you. I'm really sorry. I mean, I have some skulls that you can take. Well, it turns to amble off. No luck for me there. Okay, well, there was entry points to the dormitories. Western lecture, Eastern lecture. Can anyone tell me how to get rid of this bloody hiccup? Well, I have questions. Yes. Anyone here that can help me with this?
My journal.
We would recommend you speak to one of us, Salabesh. If he's not in the Festhall, he will be in his immediate festivity. Salabesh is tall and thin, often dressed in robes and black and crimson. Was he the guy outside? Is he the guy right outside? Because there's a guy here. Yes, Salabesh the Onyx. I have questions. Yeah, indeed, Master Curses, were you not? I have a hiccup curse on me. Help you? Doubtful. Well, perhaps I could. What troubles you? And indeed, Jumble Murder Sense cursed me. Jumble Murder Sense? Well, a sputtering mooncalf could never best me. Oh, the battles we used to have, though. But I'm past all that now. No longer my sort of thing, you see. I really don't know what I could do for you after all. It's his curse. That is what you find on an item or some such, you know, that you can remove with simple magics. He'll have to remove it, and willingly. Okay, well, if you give me a curse to put on him, he might be willing. Huh, well, I don't normally do that. I keep my curses myself, you know, and besides, even a single curse would take one a long time while to learn. More time than I'd care to spend on it. Well, yeah, indeed. Let's be a bit cheeky here. Maybe you worry your curses aren't good enough to best him anymore. Let's do a bit of a... what's that called? Oh, I'm thinking of something else and it's just totally blocking myself out here. Reverse psychology, there we go, got it. In the end, reverse psychology. Let's do that. You what? Oh, well, ridiculous. Now look here, you knuckle-dragging sack of scars. Celebash the Onyx is the master of curses, and there is no other. Why? I could give you but a single phrase that would render that nincompoop's cursing wholly impotent. Well, go for it then. No. I've simply decided to do that. Now kindly drop the subject, Sarah, before you begin to annoy me. Well, let's go for it again. Right. I'll look skeptical this time. Well, that's it. You made me do it. That's how you're supposed to do that. I guess so, yes. Any others? A short string of impossible syllables. Words of power. There. See what that does to him. And tell me Celebash the Onyx isn't the master of curses. Right, we have something to do now. Let's go back to this indeed nincompoop and see if we can't make him see reason. Hello, Jumble. I'll throw a curse on you. Jumble stares at you with a somewhat skeptical expression as you speak the arcane syllables of Celebash's curse. After a moment of awkward silence, the Siositect mage notes that nothing seems to have happened, and an evil grin spread across his face. He opens his mouth to retaliate with another curse of his own, only to realize that he has no voice. There we go. Celebash's curse has removed Jumble's ability to speak, therefore destroying the Siotect's ability to curse others. He clutches his throat, panic welling up in his eye. Aha! Look how the turntables, Jumble. What do you think happened when anyone hiccup? You ever curse found out that you can't speak or curse anymore? Well, he drops his knees, pleading expression on his eyes. He looks ready to burst into tears. So will you remove my curse if I remove my curse on you? 10,000 experience. That's actually a level up for me, I think. Yes, indeed. I will lift my curse. His eyes will release. He removes his curse and in turn removes his own. And your hiccups finally stop. Nice.
I feel stronger.
And yes, indeed, a level up for me. Let's take care of that immediately. More memorization slots. No level 1, a level 2. I'll just keep going. Ice Knife. Ooh, by the way, I completely said an incorrect thing about Ice Knife and how it is in today's D&D 5th edition. I said it was a cantrip. It's not a cantrip. It is a level 1 spell. So, slightly different, I guess. But still. Ooh. Here we go. Oh, remove curse. I could have just done it myself. I don't know if it's an actual curse though, but you know, could have done. Right. We haven't done everything we wanted to do in here, have we? Karina needs a friend. I've completely forgot about that. Who are you? Why did I do that? I don't know. Dimitri will never be able to do that. Because Sebastian is dead. Keys to her heart. So which was this? Oh, Merriman. Oh, I thought Merriman was just a name. Rather a, not a name, a title. Merriman. Where are you? I've seen you wander. There you go. Hello, Merriman. I need to talk to you. A man looking like a bitter, cantankerous old codger. Well, that's a phrase and a half. His mouth is twisted into a frown that becomes even more severe as he notices you coming his way. Merriman, my name may be, but merry I am not. Off with you, young one. No time for the likes of you. Hey, hold on a minute here. Delora wanted me to speak to you. Okay, about what? Well, she says that you're her first love, and that so long as you hold the keys to her heart, she'll never feel free to love another. She told you that? Well, I'm surprised. Perhaps leaving her under Mistress Grace's tutelage did what I couldn't. Started to develop her feelings. In any case, I won't just give the keys to you. So, hey, are we talking literally keys? Well, that they are. Dolores a construct. Oh, I did not pick up on that. Did you know that? A creature of sorcery and clockwork mechanics she is, and one of my finest creations. Huh. But cold, without emotion or character. I brought her to the brothel and set her so that she could not leave, in the hopes that the constant contact with so many others would begin to develop her own personality. The keys are the tools used to set her. She wants them because she feels that they are limiting her personal growth. No, I suspect. Okay, so why would you not give them to her? Because I've become a cruel and bitter old man who sees he can't get something, we can get something out of you. I mean, fair enough. I'm not gonna hold that against you. Okay, what do you want? Well, I want to forget. I lived almost 150 years now, and I've seen every sensory stone I've cared to in this grand hall. A little time left to live, and I'm too weak to go out in search of wholly new experiences. So I need to find a way to forget them all. That way I can start again in my final days. Well, how about a big strike to the head? Probably not. How can I help, do you think?
Updated my journal.
Well, I need something, some item, some concoction that will allow me to forget. Like a draw to the river Styx, something like that. Okay. Well, we have places in the Clark Ward that we could go into, I guess. Okay, we have one thing here. Right, we also need to find someone who knows more about Puzzlewell, so let's see if we can get to one of the sensoriums. So how can you help me? I would like to go to a sensorium, the public one. Right, we are in the public sensorium. Who do we find here? Lots of sensates, guides, etc, etc. We have a bunch of rooms where I would assume that are regular sensates. Stones. Can we use these then? Unusual green yellow stone is securely fastened to the pedestal as it's that it rests upon. Okay. So this would be the blue one. Light blue. Okay, we can't really use them though. I would assume that if you're able to become a sensate, this room might be slightly more interesting, I guess. Okay, greenish yellow still fits with the coloration here. This would be the reddish orange. Yes. Anything in here, by the way? No, nothing. Just regular sensates for now. That's the violet stone. A turquoise. Just regular. Well, it says light blue, but that is okay. Fair enough. It's kind of light blue. Yes. Ooh, we have a larger room here. With a red, I guess. Reddish orange. Was it the other one reddish orange, or was that orange reddish? Still just sensates. Okay. Seems as if I might not have found a person I wanted to talk to in here. No. This is very much a purple one. Bluish purple even. Well, okay, so does any of the guides tell us anything? Could have just gone through here, but sure. Greetings, are you here to use one of the sensory stones? Well, yes I am. Let's see if I can sort of... yeah, oh right, I have to pay for it, never mind. There are currently more than a dozen standard sensations available, so let's add 6 more extravagant experiences. The use of a standard stone is 10 copper commons, the more involved ones will cost 50 coppers. I'll go for extravagant, obviously. Right, which one? Horrible regret? Shock and a rise to seething vengefulness? Slowly dawning horror? Indescribable frustration? A vastly important secret? Lycanthropy? Well, that's just bang on. As in... I mean, these could be anything, but lycanthropy is very, very, very much on the nose. I mean... I'm gonna go with horrible regret, I think, because obviously I probably suffer from some horrible regrets. Let's see what's going on here. So you shall want is the one to the large chambers, 3 rooms counterclockwise from the stairwell, so that would be this one up here. Let's check what actually happens, because I'm curious. Begin the sensation. Right. You stand on the deck of your flagship, the Divine Hammer, as it flows over the continent of Agarheim, held aloft by the winds of magic. The very landscape roils and shudders beneath the bombardment of your feet. 1,000 ships, cannons, and bombards, hurling their sorcerers fire down like vengeful gods. The shockwaves begin to hit your ship. Only minutes ago, a constant vibration that sends shudders through the whole of the ancient craft and moves your very bones, accompanied by a constant rumbling bass. As land's mountains begin to sink and the seas that surround it begin to boil off into the atmosphere, your first officer comes to stand beside you. My Lord Admiral, permission to speak freely, sir. I nod to him. My lord, forgive me, but how? What gives us the right? 1,000,000,000 lives. Okay. You speak without turning to him and stay unable to take your eyes off Rumos, the nation's vast capital city, as it vaporizes into a cloud of superheated gases 12 miles across and growing ever wider. If you only knew the full treachery of the Agorites, First Officer Felm, one which is beyond most any man's comprehension, then you would know. You would speak of our right to annihilate them. We have no right to let them live. But sir, traitors all of them? Surely among the hundreds of thousands, how many innocents? Silence! Speak of it no more. Our king has spoken. His will be done. The task set to us is a horrible one, not fit for contemplation or questioning. There is no room for pity, no room for remorse, only duty. The two of you stand silent for a time, watching the last minutes of Agarheim. At long last you sigh, a slow, stuttering exhalation that sounds as if something has broken inside you. Beneath the brazen plate that covers the ruined half of your face, your dead eye begins to weep. Falm, my friend, I would have you understand. I know now, as I look down at what I have brought here, that were I to think upon what I have done, what I have truly done, I would be struck mad. A deed such as this, the anguish would overwhelm, destroy me. So, First Officer Falm, it must be that there are no innocents in Agarheim, no mothers, no children, no people, only traitors, vile, cunning traitors who deserve no less than the full brunt of our most holy king's wrath. Do you understand this? Well, yes, my lord. Good. Now go. I wish to be alone here. By your command. Aha. The experience seems to have stirred some long-forgotten, vaguely similar memory. You feel as if you've gained something from using the sensory stone. I don't know what, because the game didn't tell me. Okay, you know what? Let me go through all of this, because it might actually be that they jog my memories. So it kind of feels important. So I'm just going to go through them, and we'll see if anything fun comes from it. Well, there we go. I have sampled all of the sensations. These obviously a bit longer, the other ones shorter. All, you know, fun stories, absolutely. Have to wonder, most of them, could they be actual parts of my life? But that would be weird. Why would they have sensations from my life? Or are these not specifically catered to people? Or are they just... because, I mean, the lycanthropy one, obviously, specifically lycanthropy. The other ones could be, you know, interpreted by the user, I guess. I don't know. Let's have a chat here. Right. What does he tell me here? It's a public sensorium whose chambers hold recorder of sensory stones. Each of the stones contains a particular sensation or a set of sensations, which a user can experience for his or herself. A sensate is free to use them at their leisure, while visitors must pay. Does this answer your questions? Maybe not. Well, then I cannot help you, unless of course you would care to make use of the stones. Yes, I would. Okay, never mind. So nothing else, and it did say that we sort of learned something, but it's not like I've gained anything, I don't think. What's that, by the way? Guard. Don't want a guard. Right, okay. Well, that was interesting. Let's see if I can get into the private ones now. So can you help me? I would like to get into the private sensoriums. And indeed, I need to be a member. Can I bluff my way in? I simply haven't been here for long. I've gathered many experiences in my absence, as many as the scars upon my body. Let's see if he actually falls for this. Well, very well. We'll grant you access to those privileges allowed only to members. If you can show us what sensations you have gathered recently. Alright, I'm ready. Well, we'll ask for 5 sensations, each pertaining to one of the body's senses, or a single experience which has strong elements of all 5. Well, I did have one single experience. I woke up, not knowing where I was, on a cold, bloody, slicked iron slab in the bowels of the mortuary, a place where only the dustmen of the corpses in their care have seen. My entire body reeked of embalming fluid, but even the smell of that was not enough to match the coppery scent of gore around me. Dozens of bodies lie on countless bloody slabs like the one I rose from, all in the process of being gutted, flayed, and the like by nightmarish clockwork devices for reasons unknown. The only sounds were the squeals of labored metal and the unsteady tread of undead workers as they pushed the slabs about the mortuary on rusted iron tracks. Okay, and I even left out the part about the chattering skull that flew at me as soon as I was upright. Will it suffice, Splinter? Well, we welcome you back, Traveler, and grant you access to those privileges allowed only to members of Society of Sensation. Nice. Okay. There we go. That's a big chunk of experience. Right. How can you help me? I would like to get to the private sensoriums, please.
I feel stronger.
Oh, I actually also leveled up from that. Man, I'm shooting through the levels here. So let's do that. Ooh, I get another point now. Yes. I was sort of talking about this, that I would assume that the increasing in character points that I had before, that I will actually get back to that once I get to the appropriate level. And I think I am that level now. So, more charisma. I'm gonna sit nicely at intellect 19 and wisdom 19. So let's do that. Did I get? Yeah, I got more remove curse, which I don't necessarily need. More ball lightning, I'll take that. Cool. Right. Right. Is this where I'm gonna find someone good? And can I just use these now? Ah, I can. The messenger. As you touch a stone, its green exterior sharpens, clashing, its brightness becoming more than you can bear, so much so you close your eyes to shut it out. Okay, I will submerge myself. As you close your eyes, you feel the skin along your arms become numb, as if all sensation is being bled from them. Tired, so tired. You try and blink, yet the darkness remains. Your lids feel soft and sluggish, unresponsive. You are sitting on what feels to be a dirt floor. And around you is the smell of coppery blood and herbs. Why are you here? You came here to what? Your memory fails you, but you feel a growing panic beginning to well up within you. Okay, try to get my bearings. Ah, awake now, are you? Questioning all done? The voice is an old woman's, thick and scratchy, as if it is trying to force its way past a thick layer of dust. Try as you might, you cannot open your eyes and see the woman, but you feel a shiver of fear. Something is wrong, terribly wrong. You try to respond, but all you can manage is a ragged croak. You can't feel your tongue. Hey, your eyes? What's wrong with your eyes? Now, see me you did, spoke you did, and poorly, so the price have you paid, The crone sounds amused, and their tone drops sharply. No more your questions, now you will listen, and you will remember my words, for reminding me you shall live. Nod if you hear me, and another bit shall I take. Okay, I'll nod. Remember me, traveler, remember me to a stone, one of the pretty glimmers in your festive halls. Use it like a cup, pour what you feel into it, and know this. Remember me to a man who wears a skin of scars and tattoos, who seeks memories but has misplaced them. If smart he is, he will know he will know the knowing of me. Tell him to find me, or if I'm not to be found, tell him to come to the Glimmerstone. We shall speak, my precious man and I. Nod if you hear me, ragged thing. I'll nod. Ah, indeed, Ravel. I puzzled that together. Ha ha ha. I'm pretty polite to listen so long. When it comes to the Glimmerstone, tell the man to speak my name, and your pain shall not have been in vain. The crone's voice trails off as if distracted. You try to speak again, but there's only a sick gurgling noise. What happened? Who is this person? Why are you... And you begin to feel yourself slip into unconsciousness. Ravel, it is I. And only silence. Ravel, question mark? Ah, my precious man, there is a slow shuffling of feet, and you feel a sharp pinprick in your left eye. You gasp and suddenly, barely you can see, with your one and only eye. You lie in a grey hut upon a dirty floor where blood, your bright red blood, has seeped into the surrounding grey dust. Your arms are gone, your legs have been hacked off at the knees, yet you feel numbed, and there's no pain, only fear. There's someone above you, someone looking down on you. Look at that person, and as you look up through your bloody blurred vision, you see a horrid bluish-grey face, grinning with yellow tusks. Ravel is pleased. Wondering I was if this measure would make it, for weak he was when its bits were placed on my plate. She holds up a talon in front of you, and impaled on the tip of it is an eyeball, the right one. Yet to the festive hall we return, it as seems, and our time together has he shared. And now you come, success. You know, Ravel, I have quite a lot of questions for you. The crone shakes her head, and your blurred vision seeing 3 images at one, her greyish hair like brambles. No only time for answers does Ravel have, and she has no time to waste with your get questions. Know this, and in knowing grow strong, you must find me, my precious man. How could I do that?
My journal.
Well, I'm beyond knowing in a lady's place. Now, shush and listen to Ravel, for there is much you must do to find me. 3 things must you do: find the door, know the key, then unlock the key. So what about the door? The door is not a finished thing, at least when I last gazed upon it, but in the passing of time, perhaps now well wrought it is. Go to the place of forges and steel, perhaps there you'll find the door that takes one to me. Forges and steel. And what about the key? To know the key, speak to one of the knowing ones. Many there are in the festive hall, many, yet only one there knows the knowing of what the key is that you need. Loosen his tongue, and many secrets shall spill forth. Well, we have talked to someone about keys. Could that be the same person? Could it be Merriman? That seems a bit simple, but you know. Okay, so the door we've already asked about. So about how about unlocking then? Well, knowing the key is not enough, so Ravel thinks. Knowing it and unlocking it, 2 tasks that must be joined. For times a thing knows not its nature, but you're now no stranger to that. So yeah, am I talking to you through someone else? Of stones and experiences and telling will Ravel do, but not the telling of how she speaks to you now. Many are the branches and twistings of Ravel, and many are her secrets. I need you, and I need you knowing of this. Okay, that's interesting. Return and give what help I can. A final smile, horrible yellow-fanged grin. But in the end, only one question remains. What do you mean by that? Only one question, this I ask. What can change the nature of a man? Well, at the question you feel a tremor pass through like thunder, and you feel yourself burn. Your vision clears until you're standing once again before the hideously green stone. It looks different than before, more horrid somehow. Okay.
I'm gone.
Well, we also have Quell here. That experience was very much for me personally. Makes me feel like I should check the other ones as well. Okay. Week-long hunting trek across the forests of Arborea. Okay, doesn't feel exactly like the other one, but sure. You're standing in a circle of white tents deep in the woods somewhere. The trees around you are by far the largest you've ever seen. Suddenly, though, there's an odd prickling sensation at the back of your skull. The surroundings melt in a colorless smear that slowly resolve into what looks like the interior of a large grey sphere. Across from you stands a figure almost identical to yourself. His eyes flash in the half-darkness, a mad smile splits his features. I knew you would come. I think it's still about me, though. Well, oh, greetings, greetings, so good to see you, he sneers. I bid your murderous tongue to be silent. That's right, murderous. Your pretend innocence is laughable. Well, who are you then? Well, oh, don't you know? Didn't all those filthy, lying, thrice-bedamned journals tell you who I am? Those journals that were so conveniently left for me when I woke? Those journals that called me an incarnation? Ha! Burn them all, I did all that I found. Well, okay. So, it appears as if you are one of my earlier incarnations, then. Well, across his arms he looks away. If you'd put stock in such a trash, yes. Okay, so what's up with the journals? What did they say? They spoke lies, 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 and nothing more. Filth about a man who forgets himself, other incarnations, of preserving their experiences in writing, so later lives could benefit. Thieves, it's my life, mine. You all want to steal my body, and you won't have it. Okay, so where am I right now? Oh, this? Well, Just a little trap is all. I realize that killing you body thieves might not be enough. I'm out to trap you and snare you for eternity. You may have realized by now that there's no way out of this sensory stone. Oh, that's positively bad. Your mind is locked here. You know that the rather sparse surroundings I've left for you, all to help the madness set in good and quick while your flesh rots away. Well, okay, if I have eternity, let's have a few questions then. Okay, your earlier incarnation crosses arms and looks away indignantly. So how did you make this trap? Well, I can't tell you that. I'll never be replicated. The magics used in this creation were lost, even to me. Clever it is, though, one experience hidden beneath the other, so that no flesh but my own would set it off. But yeah, if your flesh sets it off, wouldn't that mean that I'm you? And you've trapped yourself and I've trapped myself. Wouldn't that be true? But that's not you. One of the... I thought I put in safeguards. How could I be so foolish? He wrings his hands together, biting his lower lip. How to get out? How? I've forgotten. Wait, I'm the only one who can release you. And that I will not do. If you are then you can release yourself. And I'll try that. And there we apparently go. Okay, I could have asked more there, I just realized, but I didn't. Sure. Let's try the last one as well then. Longing, it says. Okay, a stream of perfect azure tears drip down the sides. Interesting. As you place your hand on the stone, it surfaces ripples beneath your touch. A shell washes over your arms like plunging your hands into a mountain stream. Also, by the way, after that one and that one, why am I still touching these stones? It's a bit weird. Well, I'll submerge into the experience. As you close your eyes, you blink and reopen them. Your eyes are brimming with tears and you're overcome with a terrible sensation of drowning. As the sensation rolls through you, there's a stirring in your breast, a hunger, poisonous like a serpent biting into your heart until you feel as if your breast will explode. You want desperately to steady yourself, focus, but all that comes to your eyes, or your eye, is tears. Wipe them away. You raise your hand to wipe away your tears. Your hands are soft, delicate, woman's hands. They brush the stray tears from your cheek and you cup them in your hands, each of the tears like jewels shimmering in the lights. Look at the lights. Lights are cast by candle globes that drift through the sanctuary. You come to this place to gather your thoughts, to reflect on the past with an eye toward the future, to cleanse the mind before the coming journey. Yet you cannot concentrate. Your thoughts remain in the present, trapped here by the terrible feeling that rides in your breast. What did he mean? Okay, I'll close my eyes and sigh for a bit. You close your eyes, but with his words echoing in your mind 100, 1,000 times, will he ever return? The sound is a whisper and echo. Only you. Only you. Yet you hesitated. At the brink of time's door, and he must have thought you afraid to go. But you were not. You were afraid to stay. And the fear, the serpent writhes in your breast again. Its fangs biting into your heart, filling it to bursting with its poison. The tears come again, running down your cheeks in streams, his words echoing. Only you. Your eyes snap open. It is his voice. You whirl and you gasp. He stands, powerful, in the shadows. He strides in the light of the drifting candled globes, and you feel the serpent writhing and dying. He returned. His face stern, but somewhere in those features you can almost see his pleasure at seeing you. After all, return for... well, only you can help me, Dionara, but it's wrong for me to ask you for help. Ooh, yes, okay. So now being Dionara, and this is me coming up to her in the mortuary. You speak, Dionara, yet it is you, grey-skinned like a statue striding from the light. Are you that scarred? Your body looks like it has been bathed in knife blades. The wounds, the tattoos, horrible, yet you see through Dionara's eyes, and she sees... how can she see you in such a way? She puts a cloak over your features. She sees you in such a light, such terrible longing light. For how can she feel such something? Now brace yourself, or myself, hold on to it. You feel your vision tearing, doubling, until you hear the man striding from the light. It is possessing you, but not you. You feel yourself being torn. It is the Yunara's experience, but at the same time it is also yours. And you... what? And ask too much of you to accompany. I have no right to place in such danger for my sake. It is your words, but they are surgeon's words, chosen with cold skill, without a trace of emotion. With every word, you feel yourself sneering inside, knowing what the stricken girl will see next through her longing-stained eyes. Who are you, that person? Or rather, who are you, that person? That man twisting her with your words, not knowing how powerful they are to her, like bolts from a ballista piercing her breast, yet it sees only relief at your return. How can she feel and not know you mean to? I come to ask you forgiveness. I shall return to you as soon as I am able. Ooh, does this reflect what I actually said to her? I don't remember if that is what I actually said. Your vision tears again, doubling and bleeding until you are facing yourself again, trying desperately to speak, to warn the Yunara that this is not a man, but a creature that kills for his own needs. He doesn't care about you, Yunara. You're a tool to him. A tool he needs to... But Yunara speaks. You can't stop her. I will place myself in 1,000 dangers and embrace eternity for you, my love. I am not afraid. Listen to me. I will accompany you through the place himself should bar... Though the place himself should bar the way. You feel yourself shattering, relief and satisfaction, his satisfaction, at her words, knowing. She would say them, always knowing. And her admission of love is like the slamming of a portcullis across your heart. Trapped. She's yours, but you must be certain, so you drive the nail home. The way is dangerous. You will have to be strong, far stronger than you are now. Swimming through her mind, relief, the wave of relief, the end of longing, yet longing for him more at his words, not noticing his manipulations. All you need to be is strong, and his path shall be as one with yours. Your thoughts are all like fires, for you can be strong, stronger than he knows. You know no fear, you would die for him. I can be strong, my love, I will. Her words slide off him like water. The serpent in her breast, the one piercing her heart with each poison, has been replaced by this serpent in the flesh. She sees nothing of this, and his next words are planned, carefully, so carefully. Well, I can't see if we'll succeed, Deonara, but I'll do my best to protect you, and I will expect nothing less of the same from you. You may be required to make some sacrifices. At that final terrible word, you feel yourself being torn apart. He means her harm, he means you harm. For you are her, and he means to hurt her. Yet you need her to be harmed, and you want to scream at her that she's in danger. Run, Deonara, for his eyes, and make all things. And, of course, my love, life is sacrifice. This I have learned. You, she, her, you speak the words, and in it you feel yourself dying inside. You are a spectator, and you have watched a woman die, for the words are a death sentence. Yet still she speaks, unheeding, uncaring. I left a legacy my father is keeping, my love. Ask for the 6th, the 3rd, the K, and the S. In it, I bequeath everything to you. It's not much, but with it, I left you, him. A wave of irritation washes over you. You clench your teeth to prevent irritation from crossing your features. Must she always continue to prattle, even when you do not prompt her? Must she but... No, keep the irritation aside, inside. Only a trace slips us. Come now, I cannot die, Deonara. There's no need for such foolishness. Her, you, she is overcome with fear. Fear that revolts you, and the fear wells up inside her. You as you watch him frown, and you hasten to correct him. He must know the reasons and know the wisdom behind them, so he's impressed with your planning. Speak, before he turns away. I know I often act foolishly, my love, but you said yourself that you can forget things you are badly hurt. There are things in the legacy that could help you remember should you forget yourself.
Updated my journal.
See, you coldly regard her through your eyes, tracing your gaze along her furrowed brow, wrinkled with worry, desperation. She's acted as you expected, yet there is something in what she says. Perhaps, yet I hope nothing in this legacy is of value. I do not want to leave anything here in some safe that could be of some use on our journey. Her illusion is shattered just for a moment. You watch silent as the emotion falls to the ground, splintering like silvered glass. Of some use. Such a casual statement, yet even Deonara sees, and you hope, just for a moment, you hope that she sees him for what he is. The serpent. The serpent. And your hope dies, as in Deonara's eyes the emotion is rebuilt. The sliver is being drawn from the ground, the illusion rebuilt, but a slight sliver of pain remains. He thinks you have done something foolish, yet you did it for him. You must make amends, but how? You must convince him the legacy is unimportant, but it isn't. It isn't. It's everything. The legacy, my love, it just has a few things to help you remember. Probably. The scythe of words fall on Deonara, so quickly, so sharp, you cannot follow its arcing path. A legacy? The things you do, Deonara, such romantic gestures, no matter. No, you, Deonara, you have driven him away again, like you did the night before. You feel the serpent stirring again, reborn, curling around your heart. There's the softest of hisses, yet he does not hear. Would you wish to have a legacy, my love? For yourself, or for anyone who would want to? It might help you remember if you left something for yourself, or for the ones you loved. The sword scythe falls again, terrible and swift. Yet this time the illusion holds, and the serpent is cloaked. The serpent is cunning, and it shall not reveal itself until it strikes. A legacy for myself? Not likely. The things I would leave for myself would not be safe in the advocate's office. In some advocate's office. But enough of this, I must leave. He's leaving, you must make him remain. An experience swirls around you, terrible, the spiraling toward the final scene. The question she wants to ask, but don't ask it. Deonara, don't ask it. Be silent, my love, before you go. His anger, his irritation, what now, girl, what now, you mewling banshee? Before I go, it looks like I'm no danger of that. Come, Deonara, can't these questions wait for the morn? There is much. She's desperate, drowning. Say it, and speak it. Do you want me to come with you, my love? The rush of emotion dies in your mind. This is the end. The words you are about to speak are true, but the truth is not the truth she sees. There are no lies, only cold calculations. Of course, he wants you to come with him, Deonara. You understand it clearly, too clearly. He has invested too much in the poor girl to let her go. Of course, Deonara, I would not have asked you to come with me if I did not want your company. You know how I feel about you. There is a cold silence in his mind, then a hissing of a thought. A response sharp and deadly, like a dagger blade. The lie comes swiftly, unburdened by emotion. I love you, Deonara. You want to scream as you feel the lie wash over her like a radiance, but it's a shadow of truth, a serpent's kiss, and means you harm that she can't see. You want to call out, but she's crying with joy, even as, and I'll cry with joy, frustration, despair. The emotion washes over you like you're drowning, and you need to speak. You long to speak, but you cannot. And I'll move away. And you scream as you tear your hands from the stone, bloody tears rushing from your eyes, running in streams down your arms, your hands, to coat the stone. Blood, her blood, and you can't warn her, you can't stop crying. Anna's watching you, terrified. She looks like she wants to step forward, but she's paralyzed. Are you alright? Well, I just need a moment. Anna's silence staring at you, hypnotized. Your blood drips upon the floor, each tear splattering into crimson circles as it strikes the flagstone of the sensorium. What did you see? What did you see in the fiend stone? Longing. Anna frowns, confused, and stares daggers at the sensory stone as if she's thinking about shattering it. I am longing to break that stone. I'm to tear it up, yes so. No, I just need a moment. I'll be fine. And as much as you want to hurl the memory of the experience from you, you hold it fast, because you know it's important to remember it. It was you in that experience. It was Deonara's experience, but because it was you, your memories flooded you and you could feel both sides at once. Who were you? Who was that shade of you? And I will turn away. Okay, that was... okay. I don't even know what to make of that. Wow, okay. Right. So yeah, probably not exactly the situation in the mortuary then, but probably an earlier experience that we now lived through her eyes. Okay. Painful. in some ways, yes. Before we finish the episode, let's talk to Quell as well. That rhymes for obvious reasons. Quell. This older man is chewing on something, muttering softly to himself. After a moment, there's a crack as he crashes down on an object in his mouth. Hello. Without so much as looking at you, the man reaches into his tunic, pulls out a puce-colored ball, regards it curiously for a moment, then pops it into his mouth. I said hello. The man frowns, waves you away, then asks himself thoughtfully as he savors the flavor of whatever he's put into his mouth. You're working with the taste sensation then. You know what, I've got questions about you. Or from you. The man smirks, bites his thumb at you, and abruptly pauses. His cheeks swell and a violent gag spits up a large black fly. Okay. Minarosan caddies be damned. What? So this is like Bernie Bot's flavored beans thing. You get every taste, and in this case he tasted a fly. I have questions about you. Do you always traipse about molesting person mages with your ignorant prattle? Babbling, blathering, chittering, shattering? The candy shoots from his mouth on, chattering, flying in a high arc to land on the floor with a wet plip. My question. It was so tasty too. Sorry. As you should be, you piking dung beetle. Mages deserve respect, and bashers like you should know their proper place. I'm a mage too, you bastard. Proper place, proper place. I'll snag up the mage's candy and eat it. No, let's not do that. That's weird. Well, I care not, you yeasty beef with it pig nut. His eyes bulge and he jabs his finger at you. Now, off with you, off with you. I do not return without being prepared to show the proper respect. Come bearing tribute, a gift. Okay. Candies or chocolate would be nice, but nothing common, mind you. Bring something exotic. So we need candy for you, apparently. Right, well, those sensations were surely something, and we actually got, I mean, can we trust that these are things that actually happen? Was that actually Ravel, or was that my interpretation of Ravel? I don't know. Let's work with the former, because I think that might be true. And, yeah, okay. Weird stuff going on here. Is there anything else in here? Ooh, there is actually something here. Let's go check that out. Why, game? Why? Why in this place do you put one container and there's actually nothing in it? That's so weird. Right. What's the next step? Probably, actually, the things that we should have done before we went to the brothel, which is to check out the various places in the clerk's ward. We have some missions, so yeah, probably that is what we're gonna do next. For now, though, this has been Ghostmat Gaming with me, Christopher. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.